unbelievably hot here today, like unbelievably hot. I live in Canada, and the weather's been up and down, but literally it was like freezing a couple days ago, and now I'm just a puddle of sweat. So forgive me for moving around and feeling like I'm gonna pass out. All right. So like I said, we have the King of Pentacles. All right. So and that just confirms for me what I was getting in the pre-read. I saw the Queen Pentacles come up a lot, and I felt that the Scorpio was really I was gonna say feeling themselves, but that sounds really terrible. But I meant like they're feeling comfortable. They're feeling confident and comfortable. They're feeling like they are a reliable energy, like they can reliably show up to do what they need to do, whether it's work for themselves, emotionally, for friends and family, loved ones, whatever the case is, okay? Yeah, so this Scorpio has made a huge change right now, okay? Think about how they've come from this energy of the Eight of Swords to the King of Pentacles, all from tuning into their light, okay? And you see all this beautiful yellow in here, okay? The Pentacles relate to the 3D realm, and that's part of why I very much feel that this Scorpio is seeing the fruits of their labor in the physical. So this Scorpio is seeing the hard work that they've been going through, this sort of difficult energy here. They're seeing the fruits of that. They're seeing that they're confident in the physical. They're seeing that they are capable. They're feeling free. They're feeling sovereign, okay? Like they are a sovereign individual who has authority, power, capability in and of themselves to get done what they need to get done. And in that way, they've been able to conquer fear through fear of not being able to meet their own basic needs through facing it, really very much facing those needs, okay? And again, the world, we have this auspicious card of this cycle ending, okay? And then this new cycle beginning, all right? Oops. In terms of outcome, we have two awesome cards. We have the Queen of Swords and we have the King of Cups, okay? Both are awesome energies. Both are mastery energies, okay? So, wow, beautiful. And it's interesting, I remember pulling these cards and I pulled one and it felt like absolutely it had to come with the second card, that the one card wasn't the whole picture. And I look at it now, I see that so much, okay? So the Queen of Swords, like I said, all about swords, all about truth, problem, solutions, the mind, communication. And queens are very much understanding the concept. They are masters of the concept, okay? So the Queen, pardon my burp there. The Queen of Swords is this Scorpio. Through this process, the Scorpio is parting the clouds so that they can see exactly where their light is going to lead them. The Queen of Swords is all about clarity, okay? She sees far and she sees wide, okay? So through this, what's been going on with this Scorpio, they've gone from the Eight of Swords back down through the Five of Swords, and then come out on top as the Master of Swords, the Queen of Swords here, okay? They went from a totally blind energy to a sort of partially cloudy energy where they had glimpses of their truth, glimpses of their future, glimpses of the clear blue sky, just to be clouded again. But here we see that through this process, the Scorpio is now able to see their truth for what it is and how it will guide them forward, okay? Now, the Queen of Swords can sometimes be thought of as like a bit of a cold-hearted energy. It's not actually, but it can be misconstrued that way from the people in your life, because it is an energy of cutting out the things that don't need you. It's cutting out the bullshit, really. It's exactly what you've been doing. It's cutting away the beliefs that aren't serving you anymore, and the people, the habits, behaviors that aren't serving you anymore. But here we have the Queen of Swords that has come up, like I said, with the King of Cups. The King the King of Cups again is a master of the realm of water, a master of the suit of cups, okay? And the suit of cups, like I said previously, is about the realm of emotions, spirituality, the subconscious, okay? Love. So I'm seeing a Scorpio who actually through this a little bit of a death process, right? Because it is a process of like cutting away this stuff that's not yours. It's a bit of a death. It's a death to the beliefs that aren't yours anymore, and the people who aren't yours anymore, okay? The outcome for this Scorpio is to be in an energy. The Scorpio will be in an energy of far sight, being able to see far, but not being removed from the emotional side of it. So this Scorpio, how do I word this? They've cut away that which hasn't served them, and for a lot of people, that would very much be the energy of a bit cold, a bit emotionless. That the suit of air can sometimes be that way. It can be detached, okay? Detached from emotion. That's what I was trying to get at. But I'm looking at a Scorpio who's actually reconnecting their emotional life, their emotional world, through detaching from a difficult emotional connection, okay? So through becoming a master of your own truth, the Scorpio is actually also getting a lesson in unconditional love and how to act from that place, okay? It's very, very, very hard, if not impossible, to act from a place of unconditional love when we feel as trapped and scared and I would say infertile, but by that I mean like no creative energy, right? It's very hard to come from a place of love, to treat people with love, to let your heart space guide you. But that's what this Scorpio will be doing through this process, okay? If you're not in that energy yet, you're getting there, all right? Right now, it's all about you really feeling into this confidence, this abundance that you're feeling around you, that you're seeing in your 3D world. Maybe that's a lot of friends, a lot of family. Maybe it's your job's finally working out. Maybe your romantic relationship's finally working out now that you've let go of some of these beliefs that were causing, fights with your loved one. It could be a lot of different things for a lot of different people, but these are the basic general energies. Obviously, this is a general reading. And like I said, this is a general reading. I don't strictly do like, this is a love reading or whatever, but if I start reading and they feel that way, right? Oh, I didn't hear this go off. Forgive me that probably went off for a while and I'm just like, Anyway, right, so what I was going to say was that I do see this as actually a Scorpio who, through this energy of death, of releasing, okay, they're actually being guided back to, you're guiding yourself back to your essential energies. So Scorpio is a sign of, it's a water sign, and it is the sign of actually death and birth, as well as many other things, but certainly deaths and births, as well as depths. So depth, deepness, and I want to say births as well. Like that's really funny. That's a kind of play on words, pun there. All right. Yours is a sign of deaths and births, of depth and birth. Okay. Deep and wide. Heavy, dense energy, and then bright dawns. Okay. And this is what's happening for you. You've gone through this period, this death energy. All right. And you're dawning a new day here, right? Like literally the world dawning a new day. All right. Your ability to stand in your truth and see very far is actually leading you back to your true element, your essential nature of water. Okay. Don't be afraid to be who you are, Scorpio. All right. If you are really deep and sometimes you're really sad, that's okay. It's who you are, and it's because it's part of the wonderful harmony of influences that make you you, okay? Where would we be in life without the energy of death and rebirth? Right? I mean, where would we be? I don't know. I don't think there would be a life, okay? It's an absolutely essential energy. It's also the energy of transformation. Serious, deep, from the bottom up, Phoenix style transformations, okay? And that's what you're going through. A major transformation. And I do believe it is a major transformation given the major arcanas to show up. Actually, you got 4. I said 3, but you got 4. You've got the Hermit, the World, the Lovers, and this is technically Justice, okay? Yeah, okay, so we're going to move on to the guidance cards that we selected, okay? That's funny. All right, so we went and got 2 more major arcana cards. We got the Universe, which is actually this card, the World. It's just a different name in this deck, okay? It's a number 21 card. So we have the Universe. Again, this is all about a major cycle ending, but also a major cycle birth, okay? We also have Destiny, all right? This is the Wheel of Fortune in the Tarot, which is another major arcana, okay? It is, again, because it's a 10 card, it's about completions and beginnings, all right? But more than anything now, I feel for you that this was something that was supposed to unfold. This is something that you chose for yourself to unfold for you during this time, okay? And trust me, we do not sign ourselves up for anything that we cannot handle. We don't. We just don't. What would be the point? What would be the reason for that? Okay. And it was always destined that through this fracturing of your identity, through this sort of disintegration that you've gone through, this difficult energy, maybe you were split into many yous, where you weren't sure, you know, is this the belief that I hold true? Is this sword the belief that I rest my world on? Okay, or is this the belief? Is this the sword that's true that I rest my world on? Okay, and so I think you were getting a lot of different directions from a lot of people, a lot of different belief systems, and you were trying to discover exactly which one was yours. And I think during the process, you felt very scattered, like there was a side of you who could believe that sword, there was a side of you who never could live that way, you know. And it was always meant to be that you would fracture apart in this way energetically so that you could come together. And this is something that they say is what, I don't even know how to explain this. This is something they say is life, is where we came from, where we went back to, that God started as one thing. Oh, this so relates to Scorpio. I'm just, oh my God. Anyway, so that God started as one, okay? And that so it could experience itself, experience life, experience, so that it could know experience and not just be, not that it's a bad thing, but be a center of high all potential, okay? So let's say God, okay, you can call it whatever you want, source, started as one thing, and so it could experience it fractured itself out into supposedly 12, okay? And that's part of why 12 is such a significant number in so many things, including 12 houses of astrology, or 12 signs, okay? But the fracturing takes place. It is just as important as the second process, but it can be quite uncomfortable, right? It is the process of understanding that it's a process of separation, right? It's a process of separation from God. It's a process of separation in general from ourselves, from truth, from knowing, okay? We separate out into 12 and then we return back to 1. Collectively, that equals 13. And the sign in the tarot, Scorpio, relates to the number 13, okay? And again, because this is about deaths, and you can think of that fracturing as the death and then the rebirth as the return, the union, okay? Or vice versa, really, depending on how you feel this works for you. But this was always intended, and I do believe that it was intended to restart your fire, that confidence that you can, your power center, okay? It was intended, this fracturing was intended to force you to question, okay? And then the coming together is intended to consolidate those fractures, the strength of all the fractures, into the strength of one that is you, okay? This, I believe that this was something that you intended coming into this life to do, and I believe that it was intended to, like I said, restart your power, your sense of efficacy, is that a word? To be effective in the world, for yourself, for others, whatever the case may be, and that sense of power was intended to return you to your heart space, okay? The emotional center. It was intended to return you to your essential nature, the water energy. It was intended to return you to relating to the world from your heart space, okay? We also have in the guidance, positive movement forward. Leave that one off again. How do I not hear that? Okay, so we have positive movement forward. This is the 8 of Pentacles in the tarot, and that all relates to hard work. And not hard necessarily in the sense that it's difficult, but hard in the sense of being hard at work, working, doing a lot of work, okay? Okay, so the guidance here is that this period has ended, okay? This period of difficulty has ended. This period of hard work when it comes to cutting away and tuning in has ended. It doesn't mean it'll be the last time you work hard in your life, but it does mean that you are in a place where you can comfortably sit in your emotions and allow what you find joyful to guide you, okay? Let that light that you tuned into, your truth, your power, let that guide you, okay? But allow yourself to be in the place of emotion, okay? Whether that is happy, sad, whatever the case is, your emotional sensitivity to endings and beginnings is a gift to you and to the world, okay? Keep setting your sights towards the horizon, towards change, okay? Let positive change guide you. Okay? Lastly, we will do this. Actually, I'm going to turn off this ringer so it doesn't go off a third time where I don't hear it. Okay. We're quickly going to do the houses or the astrological guidance here, okay? So we'll split them up into planets, houses, and signs, and I'm going to intuitively pick for them for you, okay? So can we get a planet, angels, guides, ascended masters, 5D and above of the Christed middle path, who would like to work with me on this message for Scorpio? Please help me select the perfect planet message for Scorpio. I'm having difficulty here. I'm actually feeling 2, but I picked one, okay? So, planet, house. Again, please help me choose the perfect guidance message for Scorpio. Please help me pick the perfect sign for this message. Thank you, God. That's it, right there, that one. That one was not hard to pick. Lastly, house. Yeah, there are 12 houses of the zodiac, or houses of the zodiac, as well as signs of the zodiac. And if you include the sun, the moon, Pluto, I think that's it. You have 12. That's weird. As I was saying, 12. The 12th house came out. I'm gonna put them back because I didn't actually intuitively select them. Doesn't mean they aren't the right ones, but okay. Focus, nipple. Yeah, that's it. Okay. So let's see what the message is. Sometimes I have to flip them around the other way. So, okay. We have Uranus, or Uranus, whatever you want to call it, in Aries in the second house. Okay? Okay, so depending on which way they're facing, they have different messages, so you have to get them all on the right the right way up. So okay, stir up the situation by using your willpower patiently. Okay? So Uranus is all about sudden shakeups, okay? Different ways to do things, being rebellious, okay? I sort of see Scorpio as that energy. So I don't think that so I think that this will be right in tune for you. Aries, that's a fire sign, relates to the solar plexus, which is what we were talking about, that sense of confidence, that sense of willpower, that sense of being effective in the physical world. So again, like we've got the your willpower there, okay? And the second house is about money, it's about what you value, okay? And it's an earth house, it's a slow moving energy. So the guidance here is about, it's interesting because this is about sort of sudden shakeups. So this is saying patience, okay? So I do feel that you're being asked to continue with this change energy, like I said, that with this card, to allow change to be your guide, okay? Positive, feel-good change, okay? Let that be your guide, and that will bring up, it will force change in your life, okay? But what they're asking you to do is to remember that this is a long-term process that you're going through, okay? Sections of it will, mini cycles will finish and large cycles will finish, all right? But the best way to sustain change is to do it slowly, reliably, patiently, okay? So you are being asked to follow through with this change that you've been making, okay? Okay, awesome. All right, Scorpio, I hope you enjoyed that reading. I really enjoyed it personally. And I hope you got some effective guidance for what you've been going through and how to move forward with this, okay? Like I said, keep your eyes on the horizon. Keep facing yourself towards the sun, okay? Keep facing yourself towards the truth that makes you feel good, the swords that were actually yours, of these, right? Keep facing towards that, and you're not going to go wrong. Just don't rush into it, okay? Accept that this will be a slow process, but that you are getting there, and that you intended for all of this to happen. You are exactly where you're meant to be right now, okay? All right. Again, thank you so much, Scorpio, for tuning in. I absolutely love doing these readings. I hope you found some healing here today in Avalon. I did, just being with you. And you can join me for cards, Ascension Energy cards of the day on Instagram at Avalonus, period, liberation. And I also do some divine masculine energy cards, divine feminine energy cards there, as well as links to the newest YouTube videos that are going up, okay? All right. Thank you so much, Scorpio. I love you dearly, and I'll see you again in Avalon.